Hello and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. Last time we made it to the on-ramp of the Zero, kind of. I mean, technically we made it to a mine in Elkhorn Valley, and we left our dog, Maurice, at the front of the mine. Admittedly leaving Maurice there means that Weaver will have a harder time, sneaking up behind us, because Weaver will, of course, have to come in through the mine. And she wants to, drown us or something. And it's not a good situation, but basically the mine collapsed on us and now it's pitch black and we have to figure out what's going on. Shannon, Jesus, are you all right? What the hell? I'm okay overall. I mean, the ceiling of the mine did fall basically directly on me, but miraculously, plot armor, I am perfectly fine actually. I've got you. You're all right. Oh no, your leg is pinned. Oh, my leg is pinned. Am I going to have to gnaw my leg off to get out? I'm willing to do this. I will do it. You know what? You don't even have to pay me here. I'll just do it for fun. I'm just going to gnaw my own leg off. Just take your time to figure out what's going on, Shannon. I'm going to start gnawing. I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put weight on that leg? It seems fine, right? I only gnawed halfway through it before you pulled me out. I think I can work with that. Just try to stand up. Careful. I'm right here. Oh, don't worry. I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Oh, is it? Well, I think I would know whether or not my leg is in bad shape. Look, some of the muscles still work. It's fine. Here, let's get you onto the tram. What tram? Since when was there a tram here? There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Oh, hey, check it out. Well, okay, there's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out one of the auxiliary exits, if there are any. I think there are. I hope so. But, no, that is a legitimate question. What about Weaver? Actually, what about the on-ramp is a bit more important. I mean, I'm fairly certain that Weaver is somewhere in here trying to will a puddle into existence so that she can drown us. But the on-ramp is a bit more important. We'll just find the exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. Is it? I'm pretty sure my first priority remains finding the on-ramp, because that's kind of what I came here to do. So the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. Okay. So what? Oh, you're just going to chill out on there too? Nice. Oh, can we turn off the lights? Oh, we can. So we can turn on and off the lights whenever we want to. It was stated previously that potentially we'll find out things in the dark. So we may actually have to turn off the lights every now and again. But I prefer to be able to see when Weaver is coming for us, so I'm going to keep them on for the most part and just flick them off whenever potentially there might be something interesting to look at. So, Shannon, you spent a large amount of time down in these mines? I bet she has. This must have been the Revolution's headquarters. Oh, look, there's boats! Oh, there's boats? Are you joking? If there's a boat, there's gotta be water here, and that means we'll easily be drowned. That's the worst. What is this turntable thing? Go ahead, Conway, use it. Oh, here we are. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself, but this whole branch was underwater last I heard. Oh, Shannon, you have to tell me when there are large bodies of water around, because your sister is crazy. She's homicidal. Is it safe? Will Weaver find us? I guess so. Looks like they finally drained it, or maybe it just drained off on its own. Nope. Cross-dimensional time portals, Shannon. You should get used to this. The water came in pretty fast, and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. I only heard parts of how it went from there. Sanitized for the bereaved. You know how these big companies are. Yeah, It's pretty nice. Were you revolting against the company and not against some, tyranny? That would actually make sense. But there was gossip, too. The trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed. So they shut all the lights off, and even then it wasn't enough. Ooh, out in the dark. And then Weaver just comes up behind you, and she's like, hello. did you see the water? The water's quite nice. And then all of a sudden there's just splashing and screams, and everyone is getting drowned by Weaver. Oh, terrifying. So I guess it was dark when you lost some people down here, didn't you? Someone you knew. We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. I didn't lose anyone down here. Come on now. I don't even know what you're talking about. It doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable is still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can still use my signal generator to switch tracks. If the water hasn't damaged it too much, at least. Or we can just keep heading down this tunnel. I don't know. I mean, is there a good reason to not head down this tunnel? All this junk hanging around the turntable is from the company store. Just junk, you know? The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which way is which down here. It's all so dim and gray. Yeah, so setting up a scarecrow in the middle of a mine is a great way to set up the perfect landmark. There's nothing creepy about that at all. Shannon connects 2 clip leads from her signal generator to the turntable's electrical panel. Oh. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat. Yeah, clearly. That's just the perfect place to be. The track between the animal bones and the rowboat in the mine. Shannon, come on now. Shannon tuning the pendulum and the casket. The bat feeder and the scarecrow. Disconnect the signal generator. I like the bat feeder and the scarecrow. Sketchy, maybe, but it's where we're gonna go regardless. Oh, I see. Oh, we're not turning the track to move around the world. We're moving the world around the track. Wow, Shannon, that's some pretty serious technology you got there. I didn't know you had the possibility of moving the entirety of the world around us. That is quite impressive. Broken track? Oh, come on now. The tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going any further. I wonder what's down that tunnel. Go ahead, Shannon. Go ahead. Get off. Go down the dark and terrible tunnel. There's a portal to another dimension! Actually, we should probably turn off our lights while we're down there. Anything of interest? Yeah, not so much. I mean, the more that you turn off the lights, the more likely Weaver is to actually catch up to you because, I mean, she's been down here for quite a while. She's basically acclimated to cave life, so she no longer likes light in any form. She's basically become a goblin. It's terrible. So where are we going to go to now? We're on the bat feeder and the scarecrow. I guess we can go back to the animal bones and the rowboat and just see what's down that path. I mean, I know it's where we started, but it could be a pretty solid move. By the way, why is there a bat? How close to the surface is this? Because there's a bat feeder down here. But you have to actually be fairly close to the surface to get bats, I think. So we must be fairly close. I mean, did we try at all to get rid of the rubble? Yeah, that might have been a possibility. We don't know how serious the cave-in is. Oh my word, look at that. A pitch black mine tunnel. No doubt filled with like a hobgoblin, potentially a couple rats, and a hobgoblin, which is probably more dangerous than a couple rats, but you know, they're both to be considered quite a nuisance overall. Shannon, you see any light here? Oh, I see some light, actually. The exit? Oh. Oh, that's not good enough. No. I know we can leave here. Shannon, I know you want to leave really bad, but you're a revolutionary. You should get used to the fact that, we're going to be living on the edge here. We need to go down the third pathway to see if there's anything down there. I mean, it could lead to our inevitable death. If there is actually like a puddle of water there, Weaver's just going to jump out and choke slam us into the water, which is not going to end well. But if there isn't water, there could be like some kind of treasure, maybe a doubloon. And personally, I think Conway would love a doubloon. He could at least bring it back to Lisette's and, like, sell Lisette an antique doubloon. I'm pretty sure she'd like that. Or he. I don't know if Lisette is a he or a she. It's kind of hard to tell, because that is a surname as opposed to an actual name. Okay, the pendulum and the casket. Who even set up a pendulum down here? What's the point? Oh, is that like banjo tied to a rope considered to be a pendulum? I mean, that's not much of a pendulum. It's more of like a modern art piece, which is kind of disgusting because nobody likes modern art. Come on now. Modern art is ridiculous. So what do we got down here? Any sort of juicy stuff? Shannon, do you see any dead miners? Maybe a couple skulls down here, potentially? I mean, not that I want to see dead miners, technically, but, you know, we could do it. What's this tape player? A rusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track, loaded with tapes but starved for power. Oh. Those are some, Those are some very sketchy sounds. I'm gonna level with you. I'm not certain I'm a big fan of this tape player. I'm gonna level with you. Oh, I didn't know those were still down here. Shannon, do you know anything about that tape player? Because, that was sketchy as all heck. Is that, like, revolutionary propaganda or something? Because I have no clue what it was on about. What was that? Fess up. Not this deep, but... Oh, I accidentally said, have you been down here before? Not this deep, but I knew about the tape machines. When this mine was active, a couple of folk music archivists spent time down here recording miners' songs. Real academic ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get someone on a lunch break to sing into their microphone. Then I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivists some coal script tokens and paid the miners with them for their songs. And then, I mean, this is all quite reasonable. I can understand this. But why put super sketchy tape players in the middle of a mine? That's not great. Did your parents sing What Happened to the Archivists? I don't know anything about her parents. I don't care about her parents. They got out. When the flood came, they left. That does not explain why they set up random tape players in the middle of the mines. Come on now. Oh. Maybe they were actually ghosts, and they decided that instead of, like, spooking people themselves, they would set up these tape players down here so that they automatically spooked people without having to put the effort in. That was probably a thing. Ugh. I do not like sketchy tape players in the middle of mines. I mean, admittedly, I don't like sketchy tape players at all. Personally, I prefer all of the things that I deal with to be non-sketchy, but, you know, that's just how it goes. Okay. So I guess the animal bones in the rowboat is gonna be the way that we have to go to get out of here. Come on, Shannon. We are going down the animal bones rowboat area. And by the way, if any miner purposefully used animal bones as a system of figuring out where they're supposed to go, you know what? They are disgusting people. They're just terrible. Because, I mean, the last thing I want to find in the middle of a mine is a bunch of animal bones clearly being used as an indicator of where one is supposed to go. I mean, what screams cult more than just setting up a bunch of, like, animal bone waypoints in the middle of a mine? Not to mention what appears to be an abandoned mine at this point. That is terrible. That is just the worst. Let's get out of here. Come on. Thank God. Okay. No, we're not going to poke around a bit more. Let's just go. Yeah, okay. That tunnel where the tracks were broken, I'd like to take a look down there. Totally. There we go. Do whatever you need. I'll just wait around here. If you wait here for me, I'll just go take another look around. No, Conway, just let her go. It'll be fine. Thanks, I'll be right back. Shannon's gonna get killed. It's clearly obvious. Shannon is done for. Bye, Shannon. It was nice knowing you. You're gonna enter the terrible abyss of death, and, you know, no one's ever gonna find you again. Let's just turn off the light. Have a little sleep. Shannon? Oh, it's a bird cage. Is it a canary? The bird tag hangs from the bird cage by a string. Canary 25 tokens. That's terrible. Canaries sold at the company store. Did they also sell respirators? No bones in the cage. The bird must have been set free, or maybe the cage was cleaned. There are cardinals at the Louisville Zoo, and other birds. Ostriches, eagles, emus. No canaries. Too common? Too small, maybe? But they have starlings. Starlings aren't much bigger than canaries. I mean, Conway, I understand that this is a moment of, reprieve for you, but this is not the time to be thinking about what kind of birds are kept in the Louisville Zoo. You're still in a creepy mine. Come on now. Shannon? Anyone there? What's up with the tape reels? A pile of tape reels is jammed into the top of the tram. They must have been thrown on in a rush. The reels are unlabeled. The tape is decayed. Lisette and Ira's son, Charlie, talked about a piece of music he liked, made with old decaying tapes. What was it called? Something about... Charlie had the most bizarre taste in music. Weird, noisy computer music. Where did he even hear that stuff? Louisville, probably. Or college. He was a smart kid. Damn pity. Oh, Shannon's dead, isn't she? Weaver got to her. Shannon found a puddle and Weaver just destroyed her in the puddle. What's this notebook all about? The notebook at the top of this dusty stack is labeled in black marker. The label is dusty and smudged, but it looks like it says horses. There are no horses down here. Houses, maybe, or verses, even? Crude and hurried handwriting, too. Lisette had immaculate handwriting. Pristine and massive cursive. Never a stray mark. That is a good sign that Lisette is not a human being, as most human beings, when they write, have stray marks. I'm sorry to say that Lisette is in fact an android in human being skin. This is a very strange world, but we can't argue with the truth, people. Just can't do it. For the last several months, she filled out the receipts for each order since that young couple complained about the handwriting on the order slip. It's carbon paper anyway. It's bound to wear away over time. If you're so precise about your records, they should keep it on the computer anyway. I mean, the computer will eventually wear away through time as well. I mean, that's just how things work. Do we need to go check up on Shannon? Oh, I feel like it's about time. Exit? We're not exit. Are we actually just going to leave Shannon? Is that how this is going to work? Maybe if we turn our lights on and off 3 times, she'll just show up. It's like a ritual. Nope. She still hasn't shown up. Shannon, I'm sorry. I understand that you probably broke your leg down there and are currently dead, but we're just going to leave. Thank you. Bye. Oh, that was pretty cold-hearted of us. Shannon is dead. She's doomed. She's injured herself in the mine and shall never come forth from it ever again, except maybe as a Lich King. I guess she'd technically be a Lich Queen, but, you know. Oh, we seem to have come out on the other side of the mine, so hopefully that's, you know, okay. What's up with this shack? And how can you walk so easily? I mean, I'll admit, this is not like a terrible injury there. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape reels and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lays 3 notebooks. The red one is labeled J. Marquez, the green one labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. Oh, the Marquez family. Huh. Well, the red is labeled J. What we really need to know is what the blue one is, because we know what the other ones are in the very least, but we need to figure this out. The notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematic formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be an esoteric German shorthand is actually a lovely poem in anagrams. Might I note that Shannon just came out of the mine, so she does appear to be alive in the very least. What about the green notebook? On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book, there are a few portraits of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of wire. In one drawing, another young girl sits nearby, intently studying a book. That must be Weaver and Shannon. Clearly, Weaver is the one reading the book, and Shannon is in a miner's helmet. Weaver is probably reading a book about the proper way to drown people in a puddle, because she would do that, wouldn't she? So what's in the red book? The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally, others scribbled vertically into margins. A few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into... Oh yeah, this place. Shannon. Hey Shannon, how's it going? I didn't think you were coming back. We should probably tell her that. I didn't think she was coming back. Sure I was. Why wouldn't I be? Most everyone else I've met tonight has just disappeared. Did you find what you were looking for? Yeah, no, that's actually pretty accurate to what's happened. They just stop existing. Well, here I am, damn it. Oh, shut up, Shannon. Don't give me lip right now. You just ran off into a sketchy mine with Weaver running around wild, just waiting to drown someone. Come on, don't give me lip for that. The notebooks are labeled Marquez. Your parents are the archivists? No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. Oh, so Weaver's a keeper of the history then. No one trusts the keeper of the histories. They try to drown you. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's slow. Well, I'll try not to get too far ahead of you. You don't mind my hitchhiking a ride, do you? I kinda got a lift out here and wasn't sure if, when I'd be heading back. I can drive. Okay, Shannon, I see how it is. You're gonna try to steal my car. You're gonna get in the front seat and you're just gonna drive away. I see how it is, Shannon. You can't leave me out here with Weaver. I know you're in cahoots with her. I don't trust her for a second. Shannon is evil. Yeah, maybe that's the best, admittedly. I mean, I am broken. Don't worry, I've been driving since I was 9. That's illegal, my friend. Oh. I still need to find the 0. We do. Apparently, that's the only way to get to Dogwood Drive. And that's just how it's going to have to work. Well, it looks like I told you, Weaver doesn't lie. If she sent you here to find your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough. That's not exactly what she said? Is that not exactly what she said? I mean, actually, you know, it's not necessarily very strictly that we had to come here and we would find the on-ramp. Weaver could have been indicating that we'll come here and this will lead us to finding the on-ramp, so potentially, you know, following Shannon and such will be the right way to go. I saw Weaver at my workshop. That's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Waxham Peonia. Who names a road Peonia? More to the point, who names a road Wax? That's a terrible name for a road. Peonia, that's fine, but Wax, disgusting. In the back of a bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. Yeah, times of psychotic people trying to just drown you every other day. By the way, was that a bait shop? As in a fishing bait shop near water? Oh, this is not good. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse. Whichever you want to head to first. Just let me know. Okay, fine, I see how it is. I guess we're gonna have to head over there. Come on, Conway. Limp your way over to the truck. It's fine. Look, Maurice is back. Hey, Maurice, how's it going? Did you die? Apparently not. How's it going, old man? Sorry I left you alone for so long. Yeah, I'm sorry, Maurice. You should have come down with us. I mean, admittedly, it's probably better that you didn't, but you know. What would you have done if I hadn't come back? What did you get into up here? That is a good question. What did you get into up here? Did you find any rabbits, Maurice? Did you kill a rabbit, Maurice? if you killed a rabbit, you better be ready to sacrifice it. Because that's how we're going to have to roll around here. Oh, there's a nice little truck filled with antiques and probably not going to try to kill us, unlike basically everything else. Lisette's Antiques, I guess this is your truck? Surprised? It's kind of old. Well, no way! It's a truck! Most trucks are kind of old. No, I'm not surprised. I guess it's an antique too. I don't know, is it? That's actually kind of questionable. I think it suits you. Oh, shut up, Shannon. Shannon just constantly giving us lip 24/7. Ugh, get in the truck, Conway. Jeez, Conway gets back on the road. Or Conway stays put. Yeah, we're definitely leaving. Shannon, I don't want to hear any more lip from you from here on out, please. My word. Anyway, for now, that will bring us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, apparently we're going to have to go to a bait shop. I am somewhat concerned that that bait shop will be concerningly close to water, and Weaver will try to drown us. But, you know, I mean, we can't prove that Weaver is actively trying to drown us. That's kind of how she likes to keep it. She likes to keep her victims questioning whether or not they're actually being attacked or not. But I'm fairly, like, 70% certain that we're going to get drowned at some point and it's going to be bad. But anyway, that'll have to wait until next time. Thanks for watching, and of course, enjoy the rest of your day.